Hey guys, I know I only done a podcast the other day, but I said I was getting my head back in the game, and I've been going over a lot of stuff. Also, my friend has informed me that one of my Facebook accounts is still up. It was the one that wasn't. It's not my main one. It was the other one that I had. I can't get into it, but obviously she's been posting me lives up and that, and if anyone wants to go, because it's public, my Facebook account is actually public. I've got so many documentaries on there. If you're interested in what I talk about, then go on to Facebook, because there's all documentaries on there, and every single documentary on there I've watched. There's not one documentary on there that I've put up there that I have not watched. And there's some pretty harrowing. I mean, a lot of them are from BitChute. I mean, I don't know what's happened, but they've completely wiped out my first account. But that's a minor. It's, it is what it is. But my other Facebook account is still up, and it's open to the public, so you don't have to even be on Facebook to go onto my Facebook. Yeah, it's a public fit, and every documentary on there. I mean, I don't know how many's left or whatever, but it's worth going to look at, because and I've got I've got a BitChute channel, but I did get a bit. I've got a bit lax with that, so I'm gonna try and sort that out. But things I want to talk about. I mean, I don't know what's happening with fucking Kate Middleton. It's because, if it is what people are saying it is, and this is going into the realms of conspiracy, so I'm pointing that out. But apparently, he's been having an affair even before him and Kate got married to this woman called Rose something or another. But then Kate got caught having an affair, and there's people saying that the person who appeared on the broadcast thing the other day wasn't Kate Middleton. And it's there's so many people saying it. It's like, whoa. And I mean, there could be two experts. I'm still very wary about them getting cancer, because all that does is make, if they're not above saying that they've got cancer, if they think it helped their popularity, let's say that, and it will help their popularity, right? All three of them. That Fergie one, she's got cancer as well. But three royals, bam, bam, bam. That's nuts. Now, if William has already had Kate killed, yeah, because one thing it is sure, if William divorces, as long as his ex-wife is alive, he cannot remarry. Yeah, they're head of the church. That they have to abide by the church's rules. Yeah, even Henry VIII couldn't. It's like, that's how serious it is. Yeah. Now that could be a reason why. I mean, let's face it, the family's got fucking history. And his father, when his father was the Prince of Wales, there's too much out there about Diana's death. There's too much, everything went against protocol. The French, they didn't embalm her. They embalmed her, which went against French law. Yeah, there was all weird shit going on. Yeah, and also as well, Mohammed Al Fayed, not long after the crash, was offered some documents. Yeah, that basically they was MI6, MI5, MI6 documents, and they was forgeries. But like the person said who verified they were forgeries, it shows you that the MI6 had interest, MI5 or MI6 had interest in the case. But that could have been another reason why he took Diana out, because as long as Diana was alive, he couldn't remarry. So, he wouldn't have married Camilla. And it brings me to the question, why didn't they let him marry Camilla in the first place? And if you believe, which I do, this is personal belief, there's reptilians right? You know, it's so, and apparently the blood that would mix with Camilla's, it would be too potent, right? And they needed to dilute the royal blood, and that's why they brought in like Lady Diana. But I mean, this is only conspiracy. This is only my fault. You know, I happen to believe in the reptilian agenda. I'm not too sure about the UFO fucking agenda because I don't think there's no space. So that's, you know, but you know, it is William that stupid. I don't know. I don't know, but it's kind of like interesting, really. But that's not the main reason why I wanted to come on today. Like, I want to talk about Pizzagate. Yeah. I'm sure, like, a lot of you listen to me know that I'm like, I've been following Pizzagate from when it broke at late 2015, 2016, and there is no possible way on this earth that Pizzagate is not true. Yeah, and I just want to talk about some of the things that come out of the WikiLeaks, the emails that were dropped. Now, these emails wasn't dropped because of the Pizzagate thing. It was only because people like had started looking into things themselves, and they started to look all through the emails, right? And they started to come across emails that were and basically they compared it to like drug dealers have their own language, yeah, paedophiles have their own language. Not even just paedophiles, torturers, fucking murderers. But, you know, and there was really, and I think in about 13,000 emails, there was about 3,000 like that had pizza. Yeah. And that's how it started. Now, if it wasn't for Pizzagate, yeah, to be honest with you, we wouldn't know about Marina Abramovich and her fucking spirit cooking. Yeah, and I can't believe that anyone who listens to me doesn't know who Marina Abramovich is. Yeah, and I do believe down to Pizzagate, like, and no one knew about Marina Abramovich before Pizzagate. It was only because she sent an email to Tony Podesta asking him to go to some spirit cooking. Then people started looking into what spirit cooking is, and it's really bad. It's really bad. And I mean, and it started off in a pizza shop called Comet Ping Pong. And when people started, because Comet Ping Pong was referenced in the emails, and when people started to look, yeah, they found a declassified document that showed the pedo symbols, the triangles and the spirangles, which these people actually copyrighted in 1996, by the way. Yeah, so I've got so much going on in my head. I forget what I'm saying, but you're used to that by now, I suppose. No, but Comet Ping Pong, and it was referenced in the emails. So people started to look into Comet Ping Pong, and James Alefantis, who owns Comet Ping Pong, was listed as GQ's one of the most 50 powerful men in DC. Yeah. Now, DC's full of politicians. Like, how the fuck did a pizza shop owner become one of the most 50th powerful men? So then the Pizzagate researchers went further. He's a Rothschild. He's a fucking Rothschild. Why is a Rothschild running a pizza place? And this pizza place ain't no ordinary pizza place. Yeah, it's like, because when I say, see these people, birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, you just got to look, and I mean, we wouldn't know a thing about John Podesta's art. Yeah, you know, and like their artwork is disgusting, dead kid art. We wouldn't know about that. And, you know, I will say, like, obviously Pizzagate was infiltrated by a lot of it. But at the very start, it was a problem for the government. It was a problem. It was a big problem. And I don't know why they did I don't know why the Hampstead case. I can't work out what the fuck's going on with that. Yeah, because like I said, they didn't even mention Ricky Dearman in the program. Like, it was just so. But why have they? Why has it been like released now? And it's on YouTube as well. Yeah, but like back in the day, you couldn't even you couldn't find anything about the Hampstead case. You had to look to American researchers to find out about it. And you know, John Wedger, I know there's people out there that still think he's legit. Let me tell you what, if I'd have stayed with John Wedger, I would have been fucking proper mainstream by now, probably, yeah? But there was no way I was going to sell my integrity and fucking lie. That's, you know, that's not me. Yeah, not me at all. But he was pushing the Hampstead case, yeah. But also the Hampstead case was pushed in America, yeah. It was pushed in America, and it was pushed hard in America, yeah. And, you know, and I believe that Robert David Steele, who was the ex-CIA, he had a lot to do with it, because he was at first people thought he was proper credible. Because he's, you know, he come out and he spoke about Pizzagate, but he's only speaking about what he knows, yeah, because he's been banging it, yeah, and you know, as people notice, there's not been no children being snatched recently, right? Not even recently, for the past few years, yeah. I'll tell you why that is, because they don't need to snatch children no more. They are breeding children of all shapes. Breeding children for every single, like, I don't think they need to snatch children anymore. Yeah, I don't think they need to. It's like that children are just literally on a conveyor belt. Everything about them is usable. Their melanin, if they're black children, their blood for adrenochrome, their organs. Yeah, every part of them sellable, and then the rest of it they ship off to the human meat consumption. It's disgusting. It is so disgusting. It really is. But someone put on the comments the other day about the Nazis. Yeah, I've actually been to Auschwitz. Yeah, I've actually been to Auschwitz because it always fascinated me. At first, obviously, I'm buying the official story, and I thought that was bad enough. And I'm not saying that there weren't Jews killed there. There definitely was. It was a death camp, yeah. But I expected, I don't know, I expected a bit more. But I have always been interested in the concentration camps. And what I will tell you, anyone who thinks the Nazis lost the wars, they're idiots. Yeah, the Nazis never lost the war. Yeah, the Nazis were there for a reason. They were financed. Yeah, because in 1919, when World War One finished, yeah, Germany was having to pay Britain for starting the war. So my question is, how the fuck did they, in 10 years, build and track Luftwaffe? Like, they had the best air pilots by far. Yeah, they had the best. You know, they were better. Even their mounted cavalry was like their Panther division. The Panther tanks. Yeah, their squadron. Like these people never lost the war. Yeah, and when you go into it, like when you look at the Nuremberg trials, right, like they were just a joke. They were just a joke, and hardly any top Nazis got hanged at all. Yeah, hardly any of the top Nazis got back. But the Nazis, they used to run, it was called the Vril Society. and it was such a secret society. But the Nazis, above all, they were Satanists. They were actual Satanists. And when people have looked into that, going, Hitler is actually a Rothschild. Yeah, and it's fucking hell. All what's going on in Israel and Palestine at the moment, right? It seems to me that they're pro-Israel, anti-Palestine. It didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work because a lot of people have started to realise what is actually going on over there. Genocide of the Palestinian people. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And, people are beginning to wake up. And Pizzagate, right, was instrumental. And it's not just about Pizzagate basing it on a few emails, because what led from the Pizzagate investigations and the Q drops, yeah, and the Q drops. I'm not going to, the Q drops were bang on back in the day. They even drew attention to Rachel Chandler, like Countess Ive being on Epstein's flight logs 32 times. The president of our NSPCC, the West Suffolk branch, yeah, she was on the flight logs 32 fucking times, yeah. But yeah, it's mad. But Pizzagate, like, it just basically it spawned just like civilian journalists. And back in the day when YouTube weren't censored, right? That was the one that was good, because you could put it on, like, you put in something about child trafficking and it would follow on with all the same sort of material. And then Pizzagate broke, and that took the deep. I think that it took the deep state by like shock. Yeah, and they couldn't control it. So what they done was they done a false flag event, and this guy who had travelled, I can't remember how far it was. That's irrelevant. He travelled to Washington DC to try and find the children that was in the basement. He's gone into the Comet Ping Pong pizza place and he's fired one shot. But this one shot has gone through a cupboard that housed their computer system. And this one shot went into the hard drive, the computer hard drive. Yeah, erasing anything that was on that hard drive. And, people bought it. And they were saying, oh, it's all fun and games until someone walks in with a gun. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, and the thing is no matter what they try to do to shut down Pizzagate, there's no shutting that down at all. Not a chance. They said Pizzagate was debunked because they never had a basement. And yet, there's interviews with James Alefantis saying that he stores his tomatoes in the basement of Comet Ping Pong. Yeah? Not one single investigation was launched after all the evidence, and there was, like that Tammy Lazzato, right? Her and her husband, they're meant to be like the real life House of Cards, Kevin Spacey and that bit, and the bird, right? That's who they base them on, right? Now, I don't know if you ever saw House of Cards. It was a load of shit, but they weren't a nice couple, these two, at all, yeah? And Tammy Lazzato's a very, very, very powerful woman. She was aide to Hillary Clinton. Like, she's been around for a long time, yeah? And her husband, she works for the Pew charity, yeah? And there was emails saying that her three grandchildren, Emerson, Ruby and Maeve, and she put their ages 7, 9 and 11, which will be, and this is an email to Tony Podesta, to John Podesta, sorry. And the email said, because a and Ruby Emma will be Uber serviced, and they will be in that pool for sure. Yeah. Now that's but you can't base it on that. And then they come across Evie's Crib. Yeah. And Evie's Crib is a web blog or whatever it was set up by Tammy Lozzato. And Evie's Crib is about her granddaughter, Evie. And in what she says, spend time with Evie, raw and uncut, because in the future, this little girl will have the power of life or death over you, right? Spend time with her, raw and uncut. And then that Evie's Crib led to Jack's place. And Jack is obviously an elitist child. And this blog it's not for like general public. This is for their sick fuckers, like they're all their friends. And Jack's place, it's got a thing, he's naked and it's got a thing over his willy. And it said only members, something or another can access the foot. It's just disgusting. And all these people, right, all of them, they're all fucking at it. And and what you've got to realise, the Nazis in the concentration camps in World War II perfected the art of mind control. Yeah, they got that. Like, it was obviously it was known before then, but it was all trauma-based mind control. Yeah. Now, not that they don't love traumatising and terrorising children, don't get me wrong, but then NASA, Kathy O'Brien calls it harmonics hell, and they do stuff with the brainstem. I mean, Kelly's brainstem was smashed before she even developed into any. It's terrible. But what I wanted to say the other day, and I completely forgot, was this Transformation America was written in the early 90s. And Kathy O'Brien talks about the global education of 2000, right? And this was a global education thingy. And like, she literally talks about what's going on now, like the transgender, the thingy of children's sexuality. And I'll tell you what, it's mind-blowing. Both of her books are. They are absolutely mind-blowing. And she even talks about, like, songs, right? There's lyrics in songs, yeah, that to you, to normal people, they're not, but they're triggers, yeah. And what worries me more than anything is how many of these, because back in the day, I remember them saying that the terrorists had sleepers, what they called sleeper cells, and these sleeper cells could be activated at any time. They was talking about MK Ultra. They're talking about what they're doing. Yeah. And they've had a lot of years to build up a fucking army. Because this has been going on since 1940. Well, literally straight after the war, when they got all them Nazis going America, Britain, and you know the top Nazis were never Hitler. They never found his body. Yeah, Himmler. They never found his body. Yeah, and you know it's like these people can disappear. Yeah. So, for me, from when they didn't find the body, there's nah. That's it. That's. But the Nazis, with all their information gathered, because never in history has any doctor ever had so many human guinea pigs to experiment on, to do whatever he wanted on. Yeah, never. So, you know, Dr. Mengele, who was the main doctor, there was other doctors as well, but he's the main one, who they never call, who I believe was a guy referred to as Dr. Green. And he worked with Tavistock. yeah? And with mind control, all you need to learn is the neuro-linguistic programming, yeah? That's all you need to learn, basically. And there's a lot of people out there doing that, yeah? But there's not, I don't think there is any up-and-coming actor or actress, music star, like, there's not, none of them are normal. None of them. Like, these people, how long is it since World War II ended, 1945? That's a lot of years. That's a lot of generations. Yeah, a lot of generations. And this world, it's bad. It is so bad. Yeah, and things are coming out. I mean, I heard today there was P Diddy's house was raided. Don't know what for. But yeah, it's like, well, fucking hell, how long's that been coming? Apparently he weren't there, his son, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something going on. It's weird, there's definitely something happening. I can't quite put my finger on it. But it involves the royals as well. It does. There's. I mean, they could do away with the royals tomorrow, man. The whole lot of them, including Harry. Because I ain't even sure. Because I'm not even sure about his reasons. That it's. Yeah, I think do away with a lot of them. And people who say, oh no, they bring tourism in. How the fuck do they bring tourism in? Yeah, does anybody say hello to the Queen when they go to Buckingham Palace? No. Has anybody ever seen the royal family when they go to Buckingham Palace? No. So if the royal family are not there, it doesn't. People are still going to come and see fucking Buckingham Palace. Yeah. So that they don't bring no money into this fucking country, right? Look at France. They've been without monarchy for, I don't know, 100, 200 or something like that. It's, and people still go to see the Palace of Versailles. So, the amount of money that we pay out to that fucking royal family, I'm not going to lie, I think the royal family done when the Queen was done. Losing Philip was a big blow. He was the psychopath in the family, yeah. But the Queen, when she went, I think people were just like, it's just so ridiculous. Yeah, we're in a cost of living crisis and he's prancing around in a fucking 18-carat gold coach. Yeah, oh my God, the stone. The stone, I think they call it the Stone of Scone. Yeah, and there was this big pompous ceremony in Edinburgh Castle, yeah, where they bought it from, because apparently it's there. And there was this massive ceremony, and then they brought it out, and it was a fucking rock. It was just a rock. Yeah, a rock. This big pompous ceremony for a fucking rock. And it's like, look, this family is so archaic, right? That's a big word for me. But, they're outdated. The idea of monarchy is outdated. And even the monarchy in the Netherlands, they're fucking freaks. Yeah, they're always up in the human hunting parties and shit. It's like the royal family everywhere. They're just like, they're like parasites. Yeah, leeching on it. It really rolls me. It really, 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 really rolls me. And the thing is as well, they was all Nazis as well. It's like when the Queen Mother so graciously said, I'm not leaving my people, I'm staying in Buckingham Palace. Yeah, like the pilots were probably your mates. Yeah, it was just, people are so fucking brainwashed when it comes to the royal family. But if William has tried to do the same as his dad, I think he's in for a bit of a shock. Yeah, because it ain't going to go like that. because I used to want him to be king, but now he's like, but I suppose he's better than his fucking father. I'm not saying that he's going to be better, but it's a better look for us because everyone in the world knows that Prince Charles, at the very least, has a very bad judgment in Friends, mainly because the most prolific paedophile that Britain has ever known was his best friend, and his other best friend was another very big paedophile, Bishop Ball. Yeah, it's like, look, this shit's got to end. Yeah, this shit has got to end, because one thing I know, the country will be so much better off without them. Yeah, they don't do our interest. When he was Prince Charles, it was just a bit of a but now he's king. Like, the whole world knows that we've got a nonce king. There's no two ways about that. Yeah, no two ways about that. And it's all on Andrew at the moment, which I'm not saying he's any better, but it's and it's like, why don't you fucking die of cancer, Charles? And it's just all a joke. And I do think that the British people are becoming much more aware. But like I said about Pizzagate, when everyone was always like, no, that's been debunked. No, it was never debunked. That was just on the mainstream. And what it has done, it has spawned some fucking fantastic researchers making banging documentaries. Yeah. And there is so much stuff out there. But I will say, a lot of it all started with Pizzagate. And, I've from day one, I knew it was true. Yeah. The emails, even when there was an email saying, Obama spent £65,000 flying in hot dogs from Chicago, somewhere like that. Now, number one, food cannot be bought from the outside into the White House. That's a no-no, because there's a high chance of poisoning. Yeah. So food that is eaten in the White House has to be made in the White House. And £65,000, yeah. Do you know how many it's just beyond ridiculous. Yeah, beyond ridiculous. But it isn't just about the emails. It was about Tony and John Podesta and their dead kid art. It's about Hillary Clinton going to... And Comet Ping Pong used to have live acts. Yeah. Their live acts... Now, this is a family-run pizza place, yeah? Their live acts were called Sex Stains, Heavy Breathing, and on their... not instrument thing, like props that would there was pedophile symbols. Yeah. Now, since the FBI declassified documents come out, yeah, like, these people, symbolism will be their downfall. Yeah, and it will be, because these people are absolutely obsessed with symbolism. And it's like, and it's like that for years and years and years, no one's really known. But when these FBI, and these are declassified FBI documents, so there's no thingy in it, and then these symbols started to appear fucking everywhere. Well, they didn't, they was already there, but people were noticing them. Like when Anthony Bourdain and Obama were sitting in a Vietnamese restaurant after USA just signed a massive deal with the Vietnamese army or whatever, and there was a sign behind the two of them. And as Pizzagate investigators, because they all started off with Pizzagate, yeah, a lot of the researchers that are doing it all started with Pizzagate. And it's a rabbit hole that it's never ending. never, ever, ever ending, because out of Pizzagate as well come, like, you know, mind control come a lot to the surface. Although I find that is something that people still have a hard time getting their head around. And I get it. But the thing is it is so prevalent in this. And even, like, you see, like, little performance schools, like dance schools and things like that, like, and there's so many of them, right? They look for better. It is fucking crazy. But like I said, Pizzagate's, like, I will say, a lot of people as well started, who started go down the rabbit hole, started with David Icke as well. I'm not going to lie, David Icke was one of the people that kind of, like, got me interested in you know, and he woke a lot of people up, right? He was a banging speaker, yeah, you know, but the bottom line is, you know, he ended up being part of it as well. And and this is what they do to people. Yeah, and now a lot of people think, oh, because David Icke's thinking, no, it ain't worth looking at. So I'm not going to lie, David Icke come out with so much stuff, right? There was a lot of truth in what he spoke about, but it's not the 90% truth I was interested in. The 10% of the real truth that was going on in this country, he completely missed. And that, you know, and it was things to do like the Arts and Embassies programme. He would have known about the Arts and Embassies programme. Yeah, never once. Oh, hang on. My friend who's staying with me has just come back. 1 second. Doing a live. I was just about to come off anyway. No, I've been, yeah. It's my friend who I was talking about, who's a, like, proper Q fan. But yeah, it's I was just chatting about Pizzagate, actually. I was just saying, like everything that's spawned from Pizzagate is amazing. Turn the heating up if you're cold. It is quite cold in here, actually. My boiler broke down earlier on, and I had to call them to come out. And it was something so simple, I could have done it myself, to be quite honest with you. But
really?
Yeah, it was very simple, very simple. But I'm saying, like, you know, it's all thanks to Pizzagate that we know about Marina Abramovich, you know. And I knew it was, I'll tell you what, I knew it was over for Ukraine when I heard Zelensky saying that he's asked Marina Abramovich to help him re-educate the children of Ukraine. You know, to me, like, that's, and I'm really pleased that a lot of people, like, you know, it's what the fuck are you, what was it about the dead kid art that she does, or the cadaver cakes that she does, that made you think, like, oh yeah, she'd be a good, great. Come teach our kids. Re-educate was the word that he actually used. Yeah, and I think, like, that's re-educate. That's crazy shit, crazy. So that, like, what, and the thing is as well, they've just, I've noticed on TV, they've just like, sayings happened with the Russians. This world is a fucking mad, crazy world. It's all going nuts. And the thing is, you can't put your finger on what's happening, though. You can't put your finger exactly on what's happening, and you know what is. But what I will say is, I think, like, MK Ultra, but it's not even called MK Ultra. The sub project was Monarch, and the reason why they call it Monarch is they named it after the monarch butterfly, because the monarch butterfly makes like this thousands of miles journey, right? And no butterfly has ever completed the whole journey or back. Yeah, they die. But what they realised was that it was being passed down genetically. Yeah. So that's when they realised that information can be genetically passed down. Yeah. So there are children, a lot of children actually, who are born with their brains being primed for DID, trauma-based mind control. And like now they do this, the NASA instead, all the NASA fucking installations, they're just disgusting. Yeah. And to be quite honest with you, NASA in Hebrew means to deceive. Yeah. And the thing is as well, Nazis founded NASA, the bottom line is. And not, you know, we've had Nazis infiltrate every area of life. Like I said, Dr. Mengele, he was Dr. Green, and you know, Dr. Green done some horrendous experiments, and all the information that the Nazis had, like that's what people that's why Operation Paperclip happened. You just imagine how many medical breakthroughs them Nazis made in the concentration camps. Yeah, I mean, they made breakthroughs on outside. They made breakthroughs on a lot of stuff actually. But like I said, you know, it was just all what they call a theatre war, which for me, I don't like calling it that because it makes it sound like it was all play acting. No, people die. People died. Yeah. But as for, you know, these people are obsessed with depopulation. Yeah. You know, it's like Bill Gates, my God. And something's got to happen because too many people know too much. So for me, something's definitely got to happen. But anyway, I have been chatting away and I'm going to go now. But as always, oh no, I'm going to read my comments. Shit, I forgot to read my comments. Sorry, I forgot to read my comments. And I like to read them because they, you know, I see a lot of stuff. Oh, I ain't changed the title. Sorry about that. I always forget to do that. Yeah, I've watched that documentary thingy in Hitler. Yeah, Finding Hitler. Yeah, I've seen that, and I've watched a lot on Hitler actually. To be quite honest with you, but I'll put Pizzagate 100% is real. 100%. Yeah, the boys from Brazil. That was that was about 7 little Hitler clones, wasn't it? Like, do you think these people just think this shit up? No, they don't think this shit up. This shit comes from a real place. Yeah, and then they put it on Hollywood, making the movies. But I think Hollywood's now saturated into journalism, like, you know, the deep faking and all that shit. Yeah, you can actually see people who use that neuro-linguistic newsreaders, like they use certain words. It's mad. But what scares me is that they've had since 1945 to perfect their shit, right? We're now in 2024. Do you think they ain't got that shit mastered, perfected and down? And it's a scary thought because they can actually like take someone's memories away. Like, you know, it's But the programming always breaks down at about between 28 and 30 years old. That's when the MK Ultra it completely breaks down. Yeah. I don't put the rules to work, real work. No, just get rid of them. That's what I say. Sorry, but yeah. Yeah, I think that's what's worrying the royals. They have served their purpose, and they know that. I told you from when Charles become king, the whole world now knows that we got a nonce king. That's not good. That's what someone said to me today. Actually, they think that this is pushing. There's going to be a cancer jab next. Well, I'll tell you what, right? The body count of the Clintons, oh my God. Like, you have no idea. And one thing I do know is out of I think it was about 10 New York officers who viewed the Frazzle Drip video, 5 or 6 of them have committed suicide, right? And the Clintons, it's like one day, they were taking out people left, right and centre. They're fucking, yeah, it's... Oh, Peachy's Geldof, yeah, her death was nuts, not gonna lie. Like, she died, I think it was a week or 2 weeks after she tweeted about that Lost Prophet singer, Ian Watkins, the baby and toddler rapist. And she tweeted the names of the mums that were giving their children to him to abuse. And I think it's about a week later, she died. Like, that's just, yeah, weird. Yeah. Isaac Cappy, yeah. Sacrifice season. From March to 22nd. Oh, fucking hell. Didn't know there was a... Oh. I know this is going off the subject, but, like, someone noticed the other day, and it's over... There was the moon and the sun in the sky at the same time. Now, I'm sure loads of you have seen that. But it was pointed out to me that wasn't the moon meant to be in Australia? When the sun's here, the moon is meant to be in Australia. Yeah. Then how are the sun and the moon in the same fucking sky at the same time? That's thingy. Oh, the chemtrails, don't even fucking get me started on HARP and shit, man. Like, they've had to admit it now. That's the mad thing. They call it cloud seeding. And I know it's barium, aluminium oxide and strontium, and there's another one, but I can't remember the other one. But that's what they're spraying. And the woman on Full Cabal, yeah, if you ain't seen that documentary, you need to watch it. Yeah. And she gets a packet of chicken from the supermarket, puts a magnet on it and lifts it up, right? Our food's magnetic. And that's what it is. Over, like, all these years they've been chemtrailing, right? All that shit, like, lands on our soil and poisons all our soil. Yeah? And that's why Monsanto come out with a seed that can be grown in radiated soil. It's crazy, but that's like another podcast in itself about HARP. And if you don't know about HARP, look it up, because it's in Alaska, and it's a weather modification, whatever it is. They can create rain, they can create droughts, they can create, it's like they control the weather. So Anyway, I'm going to go now because I've been talking for like 50 minutes. And I shall see you all soon. But thanks for listening. Bye.